Hey, I'm ScootU and I'm a long-time EVE player looking to try something that I haven't done before to breathe a bit of challenge into the game in a different way. I've been inspired by the old Bill Dinger's Signable Run series. I've set out my initial rules and included them in the description, as the video the title gives away it's in the form of an Ironman challenge. The game is going to be played as solo as possible. I've allowed myself to complete the career missions and standard missions to give me some ships and equipment that anyone repeating this can just get their hands on pretty easy. So just to summarise though, the rules are that you must not interact with players in gameplay as much as possible. You must create a new character, no SP to inject, can be Alpha or Omega, doesn't matter which. You can't redeem special event rewards like the Praxis or Synesis, etc. But you can use the evergreen rewards, so that's like rewards available throughout the year, like just standard daily login rewards, not linked to events. No buying or selling anything to players on the market, but you can buy or sell using NPC orders, the ones with remaining times of over 300 days. You may not loot anything in space that belongs to another player. You must not try to get around any trade restrictions or being silly. There is no one policing this, but it's just about being in the spirit of it. No use of contracts, no use of HyperNet, even if it's kind of not really a thing. I can't purchase skill injectors from the New Eden store, so I can't get any additional skill points that way. I can join a player corporation, only if I'm the only member of that player corporation. I can't join any others. I cannot join a player fleet. I can build a POS or a citadel, but it can only be used by me, and I can't defend it if it's attacked, or rather I can only defend it with myself. No use of player-owned structures in any way, not even just to dock and use repair facilities or to be in orbit of tether. Again, I can't use alts or anything like that for scouting or for support. I can't use intel channels. No trading with any other player. For example, even being sent ISK. If for whatever reason I get sent ISK, I just need to pass it on to someone else as quickly as possible without using it. They're the sort of like the key rules that I'm going to be looking at. The only one that I'm still looking at developing more is when I get to faction or tech 2 manufacturing, how am I going to get those resources? Am I going to have to drop a bunch of structures, or can I just go and rob it from people's structures? I'll have a think about that and look at the resources online, see what other people are doing a similar run have done. So, I've chosen to start as a Galente, as that was the faction my first ever character was with, and I'm going to be trying to roleplay or imagine his adventure from the start, how he got to that position, and what his journey through being a pod pilot is. One sort of caveat really though is that I made this character a few months ago and trained a lot of the skills, so as many of the Magic 14 you can as an alpha, or any others that sort of just improve the quality of life, mean I'm not waiting around for nothing to happen. I've also been running some high-sec anomalies just to pick up some equipment and some starting off cash, as well as doing a little bit of low-sec mining just because I kept on losing drones by forgetting to recall them. I've been playing a little bit on my Steam Deck just sort of whilst I'm waiting for other things to happen, and for some reason on the Steam Deck I just forget to recall drones and don't realise until I log back in on my PC. So I've now completed all the career agents, however, so I need to get my standings up with Fed Navy. That's the corporation I'm looking to run the missions with at the moment. Initially I could only run level 1s before I remembered that you had the various standing skills, so I bought those, trained them. I can now run level 2s. I'll be looking to get to level 2s and level 3s so I can at least get some good meta gear to help me get started. When also completing the air track, so the sort of new starter missions, you get given a bunch of equipment and a bunch of cruiser well, just the one specific important cruiser blueprint, which I'll mention in a sec. Again, I'm allowing myself to use those because that's available to anyone at all times. I was lucky enough but I think after looking into it, which makes it better, none of these are random. They're all determined by your race and what you started with. So I've been lucky enough to get a Vexor blueprint copy, which makes life really easy for those level 2 and level 3 missions. I just need to build it. However, I need everything all the way up to nullsec minerals for that. That's kind of like a mid-term goal for the moment. That's why I'm mining and running those sites so that I can get as many of those minerals that I need before I think about potentially going out to null and grabbing some more. I've been doing lots of activities to help me unlock as much as the air track as possible. You can see in the background of this video, I've been running around doing NPC goods trading to those 300 plus buy and sell contracts, just so I could get those buying and selling 1 million ISK air quest completed, which got me a few things. For example, I mean, you won't see it to the end of the video, but a third Ishka, I think it is, the frigate with the spike on the end. A good frigate, not great for what I want it at the moment, but I would have rather a Tristan. I think I'm probably going to have to pick up the blueprint for that at some point, again, because that can really help me burn through some of these level 2 missions. Whenever I've had downtime, I've just been mining or running a noms, again, to bring in that equipment. I need some long-term goals, really. I've got that short-term to medium-term goal of get my Vexor, get it sorted, get it built, and get it fit. But I'd like a long-term goal. So this is a Galente pilot. I think I'm going to spend some time doing faction warfare solo. So that'll be so that I can also produce some cool faction ships, as well as getting some PvP in. It'll have to be, well, again, we'll see. That's a long-term goal, but what's that gonna look like afterwards? So am I just gonna stay in faction warfare, or is it gonna move on? I'll try to roleplay as much as all possible, or see what the character would do. And if there's a change, if there are events that occur, then I'll roll with those punches and potentially move to whatever else seems right for that character. Anyway, so that's where I'm at so far. This week I'll just be carrying on building on the progress of the last few months of getting those skills by getting some more modules and minerals through those noms. I am going to go shopping. I've got a few million ISK now. I'm going to go get some BPOs so that I can start building that and start building up a sort of stockpile of equipment whilst I help myself sort of decide those next steps. Anyway, thank you very much for just watching. I'm looking forward to this whole journey and sharing it with you guys, as well as documenting it. Thank you very much.